Kansas State, plus 350, 9.5 win total. They come in just behind Utah in the odds, but the Wildcats really don't take a backseat to anyone in this conference anymore with OU and Texas gone. And even when they were there, especially Oklahoma, as an OU fan, I'm kind of glad to see them out of the same conference as Kansas State and Chris Kleiman. Just felt like he always came in with an excellent game plan. He had a knack for pulling upsets against the big boys, and they really should have beat Texas last year. They just missed an extra point, lost that game in overtimes. Kansas State, always a tough outfit. There isn't much NFL talent here, but there never really is at Kansas State. They have a great culture in place. They focus on player development, and they just know what they're doing. So many of these coaching staff, so many of these kids, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Kansas State does. They don't beat themselves. One of the players they're going to hope is a product of that excellent player development is quarterback Avery Johnson. He's got a ton of buzz entering 2024. He's the reason the program felt comfortable letting veteran quarterback Will Howard transfer to Ohio State. Kind of a weird transaction there with Ohio State being quarterback U under Ryan Day. Felt like they were kind of taking Kansas State's leftovers with Will Howard kind of pushing him out the door to see the Avery Johnson show. He's got big time athleticism. Just watch that game versus Texas Tech last year when he ran for 90 yards and 5 touchdowns. Kid is electric. They should have an elite ground game with him, and the Colorado transfer running back Dylan Edwards comes in. You got DJ Giddens. They lose some guys up front. The star guard Cooper Beebe got drafted in the NFL, but they seem to always be solid up front and reload. I'm high on the Penn State transfer wide receiver, Dante Cephas. I think he can come in, make a real impact on this offense. I think he's a big play guy. You got a new offensive coordinator in there, Connor Riley, and the quarterback coach, Matt Wells, former Texas Tech head coach. Apparently they want to push the ball down the field more in 2024. We'll see if there's any growing pains with Avery Johnson. I don't know how polished he is as a passer, but he's got all the tools to work with. The defense was solid last year. They ranked 28th in F+. Defensive coordinator Joe Klanderman, he's produced quality defenses during his 4 years in Manhattan. He has some nice pieces to work with in 2024. Versatile linebacker Austin Moore, he should be in the backfield a lot. They'll need him to provide a consistent pass rush, something that's kind of plagued this unit at times. The coaches are very high on the safety duo Marquis Siegel and VJ Payne. And they bring in the Ball State transfer, Jordan Riley. It was a big pickup. Cornerback Jacob Parrish is really good as well. So this secondary could really be a special group. I think it could be one of the best in the country. And I envision them playing a lot of man-to-man coverage with the dogs they have in the back end. I think that's going to allow them to get creative with their blitzing schemes and send extra pressure. When you look at this Kansas State team overall, I think at worst this is an 8-win team. And the ceiling's quite high. Potentially could see them winning a playoff game or two.